All right, everybody, you're asking my opinion on a few things. So I was handed this fabulous list of some pretty interesting trends that are going on right now on TikTok and other that I've been asked to kind of voice my opinion on. So I have a list here that I'd love to go through. I'm just gonna go through 5 and give you my opinion. But before I get going on that, just don't forget to subscribe, of course, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos that are coming up. All right, everybody, let's see what showed up here on my list. Oh, Pore Strips, those fabulous Pore Strips. Okay, they've been around for quite a long time, and I understand how incredibly satisfying it is to put a strip on your face, especially on the nose, and then when you peel it off and you can see the strip, you're like, oh, there's all those comedones and congestion sitting out there. Totally get it, and I understand why. But I think it's really important to remember that anytime you use anything that's gonna stick and somewhat dry onto the skin, when you do take it off for that satisfying experience, you're more than likely also taking off a little bit more than just that congestion. You could be also doing a little bit of damage to the tissue of your skin, which can be definitely counterproductive. And the fact that you might see a lot more redness and you can increase some sensitivity to the skin. So I highly recommend, stick with an expert or use some skincare products like using a good exfoliating cleanser or a powder like our dermafoliant would do the trick. So maybe avoid using those Pore Strips. They're not absolutely necessary. So that's a good one. But you know what? They've been around a long time, so I'm glad it came up. Pore Vacuuming. Oh yes, I've seen some of this. It looks pretty intense and the suction is extremely high, and this is something that seems to be trending to really help maybe suction out any of that congestion like blackheads on the skin and any congestion. The issue is the power of that suction can cause some issues, and if you do have natural redness to the skin, we don't want to cause any breakage to the skin and maybe draw any circulation up to the top, giving almost like a bruising effect to the skin. So please, if you are looking to do more of a deeper pore cleanse, I would really just suggest that you pop over to see an expert like your esthetician to do the work. Well, they'll have the specialized tools to actually do the vacuuming more professionally and properly. So I would just not do this one at home, okay? Face taping. Okay, there's a couple of things here. I think this one is really talking about face taping. By trying to tape over any areas you have more expression, like in your forehead or maybe here, and maybe doing it at night, that is going to, when you wake up in the morning, give you almost like a Botox effect by eliminating the appearance of your wrinkles altogether. There are other different kind of tapings that kind of like pull the face back up, but I think what we're talking about here is like physically using a tape on the face, like masking tape, and you're using it to hold down and flat. Now, in theory, totally would make sense. And I know there are some professional items that are out there that are designed to actually use on the face. And to me, in my personal opinion, it's really just good for your own memory bank. So when you know where your expressions are happening and where you're seeing the evidence of those lines, using a specialized face tape, so tape that's exclusively designed, especially with the right adhesives, you can put on those areas to give you almost like that memory of, oh yeah, when I express, this is what happens, and you can feel that tape fold up, and may create better just practices or behaviors that you have when you're expressive. As you can see, I am super expressive, so I like to have a bit of a memory bank. And another little tip, actually, that someone told me a really long time ago, is if you spend some time in the mirror and you do your frown and you relax the face, you also create more of a visual memory of what your skin looks like when you're expressive. So when those things are happening, you may have that little cue for yourself, oh, I just need to relax my eyebrows a little bit more and use less expression as I am having conversation to minimize that natural, it's like repetitive behavior is going to start to get into the wrinkle memory. So I get why people would think it works, but I'm also seeing they're using like masking tape and more industrial types of tapes, like a duct tape that has adhesives you just want to stay away from. So do your research before you pop in and do anything like that, and get the right method by a professional. Oh my gosh, using glue to remove blackheads. Oh my gosh, like your oh my gosh, like the regular white glue that you might have at home that is for like maybe your carpentry glue. Again, I could see why this might be, you know, something that would be as an alternative to a pore strip. But if you're using chemically based glues on the skin, you can only imagine how it's going to compromise the tissue. So yes, it may have a great sensorial, you'll put it on, it's going to feel good, you're like, yes, I'm going to get at those comedones or breakouts or blackheads off my skin. But it's adhesive, it's a glue, so you are literally gluing the tissue. So once you take that off, you're really going to have a lot of compromising going on into the skin, and I would really love all of you to avoid that in particular. And you can see that it'll take a long time possibly for the skin to recover. So like anything else, my true advice is always to go see a professional when you want to get extractions or any removal of, let's say, comedones or like blackheads or whiteheads from the skin. Okay, so just pop over and see your esthetician, and she'll take really good care of you, or he will take good care of you as well. And there's one more in here. Oh yeah, I think we talk about this quite often. When you go and choose your exfoliating products for home, please avoid any harsh scrubs or maybe stone fruits that may not be round or spherical. So anytime you want to choose an exfoliating product that has a granular or physical to it, you want them to be nice and smooth and round. Also, you want them to be safe for the environment because you don't want to be rinsing any of that stuff down the sink, so please be mindful. As you know, here at Eminence, one of my favorite easy ways to do a good scrub to the skin that is gentle and effective is our strawberry rhubarb dermafoliant, and of course our stone crop physiofoliant is another great option for you to try. So avoid rough, abrasive exfoliation scrubs on the skin, because it is tissue. We want to be really careful. We want to be gentle with it, but you want to pick things and get the job done without compromising the skin. So for you to learn a little bit more, some more myths and facts about skin, go ahead and check out this video.